Hi, this is Sven at Manticore Arms, and today we're going to be discussing the Beez Combat Systems IOTV carrier. IOTV stands for Improved Outer Tactical Vest. That refers to this right here, which is this rather bulky assembly of parts. It's a current military issue, and it has a quick release, so this whole system can drop away. Great system if you need lots of real estate, lots of protection. This will hold side plates and hard armor plates and the IOTV soft panels. But there's some times where this entire bulk is just a lot. It's a lot of weight, a lot to carry around, and you might have a need for something that's a little more low profile. And that's where this Beez Combat Systems carrier comes in. Beez Combat Systems is a custom or semi-custom manufacturing company. They make a lot of armor carriers, tactical gear, and accessories, and they pretty much offer the full gamut of colors. This one's obviously in multicam, but they offer solid colors, all the new camouflage patterns like ATACs and whatnot, and allow you to order either what would be their standard platforms for gear or custom, which in this case this is a slightly customized carrier, and typically they'll manufacture it to order. So you place your order, then they'll manufacture it. They're very easy to work with. I ordered this carrier specifically because I wanted a few features. I couldn't find anything else, and they sent it in about 2 weeks after I had placed the order. Anyhow, to get down to the details of the carrier, it's a basic nylon slick carrier. There's no molly webbing on the front or the back. As you can see, the back is completely clear of anything, no Velcro or anything like that. You've got a Velcro panel up here for displaying patches or name tags, anything like that. We've got the Manticore patch here. Basic shoulder strap assemblies and waist adjustment, which we'll get to the details of that in a little bit. It takes standard IOTV front and rear panels. That's the single part front panel, single part rear panel. It's not like the older OTV, which is the split panel in the front. And it also takes hard armor plates. It's got internal pockets for both of those. In addition to all of that, as you can see, these loops here will allow you to use the standard collar assembly, and if we look in here, you can see they've got loops in here, and they're also down here, which allows for the groin protector soft armor, and then also the rear lower back armor protector to be attached. So the nice thing about this is it's pretty low profile, slick and configuration, but allows you to build up the system as need be. As for the attachment and adjustment, what we've got is your nylon tabs on the front here, on the shoulders, and they run through a loop in the back. It's a pretty standardized design like a lot of companies use. But I guess you could say the devil's in the details. I actually like this a lot better than some of the other straps that are made like this because it's only a single layer of nylon with some Velcro on the back. And what's nice about that is when you're shouldering a rifle, a lot of times you'll have this on, and some of the other carriers that are made will have 2-3 layers of nylon here, and it starts to build up and it's hard to get a good shoulder weld with your rifle. This one, because it is so low profile, it's very easy to get your rifle right in the pocket. It's not kind of sliding off to the side because it's got this big piece of nylon in the way. The waist adjustment on this is a little different from what you would consider a standard one offered by Beez Combat Systems. Usually with their standard carriers, they offer quick detach buckles on the sides or a double Velcro strap, which would be more similar to an older NIJ style carrier. What they've done here, however, is you've got an elastic strap with Velcro on the front and then Velcro on the back. It gives a lot of adjustment. It's very similar to the Eagle low visibility armor carrier, the LVAC, and I really like that design. So I asked them to do this. This is actually something they had offered on their newer bulk style carrier, but it's very easy for them to adapt it. They just basically put the field of Velcro on here and the adjustment strap, and you're good to go. And that's one of the things I like about Beez Combat Systems. I talked to Beez himself maybe 2 or 3 times in emails describing what I was looking for, and he actually suggested this configuration. Actually, a couple of things are really nice about this configuration that I like over just a standard adjustment. The first is with Velcro. That gives you a lot of flexibility to move. Anybody who's moved a lot in soft armor knows that eventually it can get hard to breathe when you're really moving, running, everything like that. You got to get those deep breaths in, and this gives a little bit of flex in there, so you're not, suffocating in your armor carrier. Additionally, it gives you some adjustability. So say you have to put on the armor carrier and it's normally adjusted for wearing just a t-shirt like I'm wearing right now, but you're wearing a winter jacket and you've got to throw it on real quick. Because it's very easily adjustable with Velcro, there's no straps to adjust, quick adjust buckles, and it's got a little give. It's very easy to adjust it very quickly. This design actually is very similar to the LVAC, which it is fully detachable. We can take it off here. So unlike some carriers where it's sewn in on one side, this is adjustable, replaceable, reversible, whatever you need. Makes it very easy, so if the elastic wears out or gets broken, you can very easily just put a new strap on there. The other feature that's really nice about that too is they have these straps right here you can see, and actually if you want a little more security, you can feed this underneath and it'll really hold it in place there. I like to run it over the top because I don't find that it comes off too easily. There's a pretty good field of Velcro here to hold it in place, but it is nice to have that as an option. It's just one of those things, as I said, the devil's in the details. The difference between a really well-designed carrier and a so-so carrier are little things like this. If we take a look on the inside here, we can see the armor plates and how they're put in here. Basically, it's what they'd call a bottom loader for the soft armor panels, which is right here. You open it up, and the soft armor is inside. And the Velcro on the soft armor panels matches some Velcro tabs in here to hold the panel in place so it doesn't go falling out or slide down, which happens sometimes with I guess what you consider lesser carriers. And you can see the black here, that's your armor plate. Beez Combat Systems, one of the things they offer when you're purchasing your carrier is you can choose the plate size for that pocket. You can do a small, which would be an 8x10, 10x12 is a medium, so on and so forth, large, extra large, which is typically sized around standard SAPI plate, but they give a little extra room. Their design here is really well thought out. It has two nylon straps with Velcro. You could call them stirrups. And what that allows you to do is control the ride height on the plate. Some plate carriers or armor carriers, they just have a pocket. You slide it in and it's kind of where it is. And what's really important about this, if we take the plate out, is that this plate really, on some carriers it may just kind of ride wherever it does, but you want it, right here where it's protecting, the arteries that come out of the top of your heart is a major area you got to protect. And so if it's riding too low, you've exposed that area. You can also see this pocket is a 10x12 for a medium, but those stirrups allowed me to put a small plate in here. So because of those straps, I could control the ride height. So even though it was cut for a larger plate, it allowed me to get that small plate up a little higher. And if somebody was wondering, well, why would you use a small plate? Anybody who's tried using armor plates and armor carriers knows that despite the sizing system, it really can make a difference on the plate size on if you can shoulder a rifle easily, get your arms together for using a pistol. And it's nice to have that option to be able to switch out plates easily and get what works for you and still have the ability to put a larger plate in later. So we're going to put this carrier back together, and one of the things that's been asked in previous videos is how does it fit? We've used the dummy here before to kind of show off how things fit. But I figure since we've got a new setup here with the camera and everything, once we get it back together, I'll just throw it on, kind of show you how it fits, and give my overall impressions. So we've got it all back together here. One of the things I like to do with an armor carrier is keep one side together. Then we just slide it on. So we've got the armor carrier on here. Make sure the mic's still working. And it's very easy to put on because the elastic gets in place real quick. So we've got it here. And this one I haven't quite adjusted because we were playing with it earlier. But we can see as I've put it right together here. And that's one of the things I like about these elastic strap configuration too, where it's adjustable at the rear, is with these elastics, sometimes it can be a little confusing where is the correct fit for, you know, just your normal wear. And what I like to do is set it up so that however I've had it to adjust it in the back, is that when it comes together, they just come together right at the center. That way you're not messing around with the fit. It's simply slap them together. The fit's good, should be, you know, maybe you need a little adjustment later, but more or less you're good to go. So you can see the carrier gives me pretty good range of motion. Of course, the armor panel cut itself determines a lot of that range of motion with the IOTV panels. They've got a little more coverage on the shoulders, a little bit lower here, so unlike a box panel, sometimes it can be a little hard to get in. That's one of the reasons I like the smaller plate in here. But overall, you know, it gives me a good range of motion. It's not as bulky as this guy here, where you've got the really big sides and whatnot. If I wanted to wear a heavy coat, cover it up, or a loose jacket, I could in a pinch, so it's not terribly obvious I'm wearing an armor carrier for whatever reason. Overall, I really like the carrier. I think the price is very reasonable. I don't usually in the reviews discuss price, but I can say that it was very good for what it was, for what it is, for all the features you get, and overall I was very happy with their service.